Hello guys, it is Jead, and League Earn Team of the Seasons are actually packable, but are the good ones packable? Yes, cards like Pacho are actually packable, the Morne are packable, maybe not the Usman Dembele's of the team, we'll talk about him later, but so many of these cards are actually available to pack in the SBC grind if you do it right. On top of that, all these trades you see here, we're up 2 million coins from yesterday's Twitch stream with the FUT Birthday Ebren, all of these impact cards. We'll talk about how they're going to move on the market today, tomorrow, how they moved yesterday, and of course, a crazy new centre-back Evo with some crazy options with loads more coming to the game. So let's jump into it. And guys, if you want to use players like this and like this and just need that little extra boost, then you can get your cheap, fast, and most importantly, safe FC26 coins at eldorado.gg. They have 24/7 support, a money-back guarantee, and you can use code JEAD at checkout to get another 5% off your order. Link is in the description. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, fantastic start to the weekend. As you're watching this right now, I'm currently watching Liverpool secure Champions League football against Chelsea, or at least that is the plan of what to do after this video goes out. But we've got to talk about League Earn cards. Is this a better team of the season week than last week? A lot of people found Bundesliga pretty meh, and the cards, when we looked at them coming into packs, we thought not a lot of these look actually great, but it's looking so far like it could be okay. Friday content was not the best. I think Friday content itself was actually kind of boring. What it means for the game and what it means you can actually do on the game is very, very nice, including things like Champs Rewards. So we got week 4 TOTS upgrade, Kavicha, Kvaratskhelia, Balogun, Giroud, TOTS Challenge 8. We got the 1 of 382 plus L1 APL player pick with the WSL in there as well. Then we got the 1 of 393 plus red pick. They're kind of not worth it, but if we get crappy reds on the Twitch stream tomorrow, I will go and run this again because I've got one spare. We got a TOTS Serie A challenge. So first of all, the TOTS Challenge 8 and the TOTS Serie A challenge are nothing crazy. We'll talk about them again in a second for a big reason. But the big ones, Kavicha, Kvaratskhelia. Do we do this SBC, boys and girls? No, we don't. He's like 800,000 coins to 1 million coins, depending on how fodder moves. And yes, he's 5-star, 5-star. Yes, he's got rapid and finesse, but a game changer plus card who is not lengthy. You cannot use wingers on this game that are not lengthy. I don't care what you say, they just don't work. And he can only play on the wing. If he could play cam, might be a different story. You can say, oh, but it's Kavicha, Kvaratskhelia, he's 5-star, 5-star, he's really fun. I'm not paying 900,000 coins for a card that's fun. I'm paying 900,000 coins for a card that gets to my team. And this ain't it, right? Loads of people were really excited for the Kavicha, Kvaratskhelia, and loads of people are disappointed when they see how many squads this guy takes and the price he's coming in at. And it turns out some of the other SBCs are much more hyped. Balogun and Giroud, probably not. Nepenthes love this card because he's a weirdo, but like, I don't know, he just loves heading, right? I wouldn't go and do Giroud, right? He is lengthy, but no, I wouldn't go do Giroud. Balogun, probably more like your typical striker that people actually enjoy. Quick step, low driven. Of course, they win. You know, you're looking for the upgrades on these cards. I think you can go and do either of these two cards. They're not very hyped for me, but like always, they're really, really cheap. They're fine. Like, if you want to go and do them. I always find it a bit of a waste of fodder because I never use the cards. But if you're someone who likes collecting things, absolutely fine. We get the week 4 TOTS upgrade. We didn't open a single one of these on my account because we opened about, I would say, 30 to 50 of these on share plays yesterday. They were so bad. Like, you don't understand how bad they were. In these packs specifically, we're not getting any good team of the seasons. And that is the whole point of today's video. How can you actually pack these really good team of the season cards? And bro, the week 4 TOTS upgrade, yes, I recommend you go and do it. Probably for a bit of a gamble. It's only an 86 rated squad with those fodder team of the seasons. It might be even easier to complete. So it's really not that expensive. But the weight showed that. The weight on these was shocking. So they're really bad, sadly. Then we get, obviously, the TOTS challenges we'll speak about. The red pick we'll speak about more tomorrow with the Twitch stream. So get yourself in there and we'll take a look. Can we complete one of them? It's basically the exact same, but League Earn is now in there. But the big one, the 1 of 3, 82 plus, League Earn, APL, and NWSL player pick. So this was the same as Bundesliga last week. This just takes a squad of what I believe is 7 rares on the nail, right? 7 rare golds. Everything you do this week in the SBC menu, apart from if you're going to go do icon packs and crazy things, should be optimizing for how many of these player picks can you complete. And I really do mean that. How many of these player picks can you complete? So what that means for you guys is when you're going and doing your provision upgrades, when you're going and doing your things like your daily common golds, your daily rare golds, your daily bronzes, your daily silvers, and of course, don't forget the other thing that came out yesterday. If anyone forgot the daily login upgrade, go and do that right now. But anything you do, right? All those provisions, every single day, you are funneling everything. And I mean it. I promise you I mean it. Into this 1 of 382. Now, why do I say this? For the price this cost, the 7 rares, to what this gives out, it is unbelievable pack weight and value. Now, what you're probably thinking right now, yeah, that's crazy. Gee, you'll pack loads of team of the seasons, but they'll all be fodder team of the seasons. And for the most part, you are right. If you do 50 of them, the chances of you going and getting a Dembele are very, very low. Don't be silly, okay? But yesterday alone, we seen Pacho, we seen Demone, we seen Luke said. Well, when I say we seen, people getting them in the Discord, of course, not me on my account, sadly. But coming out of those player picks, and the fact there are only 7 rares, the fact you could do across the course of this team of the season, right, League Earn, across the course of the week, you're probably going to complete, if you wanted to, just daily. Let's say you could do 300 to 400 of these SBCs just across the 7 days, right? With all the rewards, rivals, champs, whatever. I think you're almost guaranteed 1 or 2 mini bangers. Maybe not a Dembele, but a Pacho, a Luke, to the cards that I'm talking about. They seem like such good value. So everything you do on the game, your rival rewards, your gauntlet rewards, everything, I promise you, if you just want the best chance per value pack to pack one of the bangers, funnel it into that player pick. And you know what's nice about it? You actually get given team of the seasons out of it, which means that the dopamine keeps coming. You don't have to go and sit through 100 golds to get a team of the season. You'll keep getting fodder tots until hopefully, eventually, you get something decent. But apart from the challenge SBCs, which linked into the objectives we'll talk about later, as well as the daily login upgrade, you guys surely were buzzing with the centre-back Evo. So many people on the stream yesterday told me, Jeed, this centre-back Evo is very, very average. I disagree, because think about what EA could have done with it. Now, the centre-back Evo, I want to be very clear. It is very, very average if you already have insane centre-backs in your team, like insane centre-back Evos that already have the upgrades this would give. Okay, I get that. I promise I do get that. So for 125,000 coins, I can see how if you're someone like that and you've got crazy centre-back Evos, maybe it's not for you. Promise you I get that. I have this Bombito Evo. Now, there's rumours going around that I accidentally put him into a chain that gave him Enforcer, so mine doesn't get Jockey anymore. They're just rumours. Don't listen to them. This Bombito Evo that I'm doing now, you have a 95 pace, 6'3", lengthy centre-back with these stats. And you're thinking, okay, it looks crazy decent. Like, he's got good stats. Yeah, James, he's missing Jockey. But he's got a Santa hat. So, Bombito, I got mine in the campaign pick. If you're asking, like, oh, but yeah, but this card was out ages ago. Campaign picks are back, bro. Get a Bombito and go and put him into the SBC. And loads of centre-backs moved crazy, crazy amounts just because of that Bombito. The main one, you guys, if anyone has got an untradeable knockout royalty, yes, you know where I'm going this. You know where I'm going from the start, right? If anyone's got an untradeable knockout royalty, Mickey van der Ven. This guy, before content, was 1.1, 1.2 million coins. Remember, that's like, I think he was 1.3 actually, right? And that's when we knew the centre-back Evo was coming out. And normally, cards go up for the Evo. Evo comes out, boom, they fall in price. This guy, no, this guy's now 1.7 million coins. Why is that? Because the Evo for him is brilliant. This means that centre-backs across the board took a hit. Team of the season centre-backs took a hit. Icon centre-backs took a hit. A lot of them moved up and down. You could trade them whenever we get big Evos. If they have crazy dips on cards like Team of the Year Maldini, you can buy him and he'll go back up. But cards like Oosterwald, cards like Van der Ven in this final Evo, look at this active, by the way. Completely active Oosterwald chain who gets Bruiser, Anticipate, and Intercept plus. This guy's 6'4", can play left back as well. Has 90 dribbling, 94 defending, 91 physical, 93 pace. He is a super popular card, and I believe because of that, if I'm not mistaken, he'll be extinct. Yeah, he's still 200,000 coins. He was like 20k when he first came out. That is crazy. And literally, not a chain, just Van der Ven into Le Presidente. He gets to a 94, 93, 91. Those play styles with the Bruiser. Of course, it's Van der Ven, so he's lengthy with an anchor. He maybe not have the best stats out of any centre-back in the game, but Van der Ven just moves different in this game. He is crazy. You've got a probably expired. This is not even expired. Bella Kotchap. He used to have some crazy chains back in the day. Now he's got a 92 pace, 93 defending, 92 physical. So this centre-back, obviously it's a final, bit of the chain. If you can get a Bella Kotchap chain like this, and maybe you're a Southampton. This guy definitely should play for Southampton, right? I'm not going off my tits. This guy, Southampton fan, Bella Kotchap in your past and present with an anchor. There are so many good options with chains. Just go and have a look at FUTBIN. Go and have a look at these crazy chains here on FUTGG as well. Yes, some of them take a million games, but the centre-back you should get from this Evo should be like in your team sort of level. And of course, you couldn't move on before talking about the last one. If you put Maldini into defender roundabout and then into it, you get a 92 pace, 93 defending, 90 physical with an anchor, lengthy Maldini. This card will play probably nearly as good as the sort of team of the year level one. Maybe not the 95 trophy titan, but as the team of the year level one. Go and get yourself a Maldini in your team who you could probably run all the way until ultimate team of the season because Maldini just feels different. Honestly, I'm really happy with the Evo. Whenever we get big Evos like that, always avoid the position when trading it. Do not trade centre-backs unless you know extremely well what you are doing. Big dips on big end cards like Team of the Year Maldini, you can buy for rebounds. This guy hit 2 million coins, and as you can see, there's 100k in that trade if you bought him. However, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll definitely buy too high, you get cooked. The same with Karavica Kvaratskhelia, by the way. I traded a lot of these Semenyo cards, if you guys would have seen on the stream. We traded a lot of this guy, and we made about 100,000 coins. I've still got 2 of them selling. I'm looking to make another 100,000 coins. However, he's back down at 470. he got affected and all left wingers got affected by Kvaratskhelia, but because of how expensive he is, I really think that these cards will rebound. Like Semenyo, by the way, this Semenyo, not even team of the season, is better than Kvaratskhelia in game. Don't care what you say. Yes, he's stiff, but he's lengthy. Don't care. And this is a completely different price range, right? This is a tradable 400k card, not an untradeable like nearly a million coin card. So I think left wingers, a lot of them did get cooked. And again, when we get big SBCs, you've got to be very careful with that position. But I think a lot of the left wingers, specifically because of the Kvaratskhelia SBC, will rebound. Before we jump into leaks, what is coming today and all that good stuff with how we made 2 million coins already and we've barely traded. We've not bought that many cards. We got a load of objectives. Boys, objectives is normally the boring content day, but when it comes to Fridays, recently with team of the season, EA have just said, look, everybody eats. Everybody eats. Just have everything when it comes to objectives because they want to make sure there's something to do on the game pretty much for everyone. So we got to make sure we don't miss anything here. We get the League Earned TOTS Exposition. Is this wrong GR card any good? Yes. Is anyone going to use him? No, because he's not that good. He's just average. You get some SP, which is nice, 20 times 83s. And honestly, what do we all care about in these things? It's always the Evos. Rapid is a third playstyle plus is great. Who would I put this on personally? Probably none of these cards, to be honest. I don't really care. I always want Rapid Plus on the winger, and I've got no wingers in current Evo chain. So for me, no one. But the Evos is all we care about. And Rapid Plus as the third playstyle plus is very nice. Of course, First Touch is less nice, whatever, we don't care. But I would go and do the Liga and Exposition. The packs itself really nice. And even if you don't care about Niakate and Rongier, it's the actual player pack that we all like. Even though the weight on these is pretty crap, right? The weight on these TOTS player packs you seem to get from objectives seems to almost certainly be nerfed. I will die on that hill. They also gave us a champs qualification points objective. I will never complain at that. I always think when we get towards the end of the game, less and less people want to play rivals, so just giving people champs points as fast as possible, I think is a huge dub. I think it gets to the point now where they should really just give everyone 1,000 champs points every single week. I don't really see why not. Like, it's not going to harm the game. We get the honorable mention NWSL grind, which again, you'll just do it by accident most of the time, boys. No one really cares. You get added some decent cards, but most importantly with Flint and with the Sears card, like they're more going to be fodder cards. Unless Sears can be lengthy, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't think Sears can be lengthy. I think she's definitely tall enough. Yeah, I don't think Sears can be lengthy, so no one really cares about that card. But again, it is there, and you'll probably do it almost by accident anyway. Now, this is what I said before when we said about challenge SBCs. The TOTS puzzle completionist. That Serie A that looked a little bit sort of inconspicuous. Complete that Serie A TOTS challenge, you get an 83 player pack, and then for all the other ones that they'll start releasing, you get some TOTS, like the 3x84, 3x, 81, whatever. Like basically nothing that's good. But if you complete all of them, you get 20x82. Is that exciting? No, but all of the puzzle completionists are tradable pack rewards, which means they're worth doing anyway. Maybe that's an added incentive, although I know a lot of you guys won't really touch challenge SBCs. And that is probably the main one that everyone actually cares about, a daily login. Because getting free fodder, even if you get no team of the seasons, just to help doing the other SBC grind, it's 1 bronze every single day. Just don't forget to do it. You may as well. Finally, we'll move on to what is coming today, but you also have the TOTS Champs objective, which, again, go and check the rewards. Like, it's not that crazy. You have to use TOTS players. Stuff that, again, you'll probably sort of do it like anyway. They have to use the League Earn cards if you really want, but the rewards are not that good where I'd change your entire team to throw League Earn cards in. If you can, use them. If you don't want to, absolutely fine. The rewards are not crazy. You'll get nothing in the TOTS player pack at the end, to be honest with you. So, but boys, what is coming to the rest of League Earn team of the season? What is happening with these impact cards? What can we buy? What can we expect today, tomorrow, into the week? All that good stuff. Now, 18.4% of you boys are subscribed. We've gone from 18.3 to 18.4, but make sure to subscribe if you are not already. You might think you are, but you are not. Let's get towards 20,000 subscribers if we can on this game. That'd be great. And let's start with the leaks. So, first of all, let's be very quick about this because I don't really care too much, but next week we will start testing FC27 and be able to give feedback with Foot Police leaks there. I don't really care too much about that. I don't really want to talk about FC27 until probably like after team of the season, probably after even the World Cup, because I think you'll not see too much finalized by the World Cup where you go, oh, that'll massively change what I'm thinking about next year. If we get any open world leaks, anything big like that, or EA just say we're removing play styles, yes, great. I don't think we're going to see anything that dramatic. So if we do, great. But apart from that, just know that FC27 sort of testing is happening in the background. But for now, not too bothered. Now, in terms of what's coming today, we've got FIFA Trade in Romania doing his favourite thing of the flags. And we've got the Nigerian flag and the USA flag. So you would think the Nigerian flag is Osimhen. Will it be Osimhen? Probably. I think it'd be weird to do Osimhen straight after Kvaratskhelia because Osimhen's quite hype, but you know what? I guess pretty cool. The problem with Osimhen is that even though he's quite hype, he still just doesn't like really, cut the mustard. He still doesn't look crazy, so maybe that's why they're dropping him day 2. And in terms of the American, that could pretty much be anything. We've got Lavelle leaked, but we've also got this Sonnet leaked. I think it'll be maybe Osimhen and Sonnet because Lavelle seems a bit more hype and they wouldn't do Lavelle and Osimhen together, if that makes sense. So I would put a guess on we are going to see Osimhen and Sonnet coming today. Maybe one as an objective and Osimhen as the SBC. We don't know, but that's what I'm guessing right now. And these are all the SBCs we've got coming. So Giroud we've seen, Kvaratskhelia we've seen, we possibly see Osimhen. We could see Lavelle today, but I think that'd be really, really weird. And then they save Yilmaz for later on in the week and some of the other cards that people don't really care about for later on in the week. Because if you ask my opinion, right, as soon as we've got Kvaratskhelia done, Osimhen done, Lavelle and probably Yilmaz done, and maybe Olga Carmona, but I think you're clutching at straws there. As soon as those cards are done, because even Balogun is done as well, who else do you guys care about in this lineup in terms of SBCs and objectives? This is what we've seen with Team of the Season for the last couple of weeks. We get crazy SBC/objectives for the first day or two, and after that, dead. So you need to make sure the rest of the week has really good, like icons or heroes or gamble picks or upgrades. It needs to have something else that keeps the game going. Because I think after we get the Osimhen and the Yilmaz, and even then, those cards everyone will probably look at and go, nah, don't really care unless they're really, really cheap. Better be good Evo content. Better be good content elsewhere, or people will very, very quickly lose interest in the Liga and Team of the Season. So we'll have to see. But Osimhen today, what was her name? Sonnet. I remember using her at centre-back, actually. But yeah, Osimhen and Sonnet could be decent with the Osimhen SBC. We'll have to wait and see. In terms of buying fodder for it, like I don't think there's any point. I don't think Osimhen will move much just in general if he is coming out today. 85s, you guys know to play on these. We're going to buy these tomorrow and Monday and sell them in the week. That's kind of fine. You can buy fodder in the morning, sell it at content pretty much every single day. But what sort of fodder would Osimhen really move? He'd have to be an insane card and be like an 87 rated squad, and then 87s go up. Kvaratskhelia, Kvaratskhelia didn't have too much of an effect on the cards. People did go and complete him. People really, really did, but I just don't think he had too much of an effect on the cards. And fodder overall in general, it seems to me with the lack of SBC content, it's going to be another week where we buy it at Sunday, Monday, 85s and 86s, and we sell them on Wednesday, which is a little bit boring, but it will be free coins, and it just feels like there's nothing else you can really do right now. We'd have to get something big coming. We'd have to get another thing of like, you know, like a Schweinsteiger SBC, but instead of Schweinsteiger, R9, and he's cheap. I don't know what would move fodder, but it really does feel like we need something crazy for it. So I wouldn't really touch that, at least now on Saturday. There's like loads of other things we can do instead, including mass bidding, which we'll talk about later. But another thing, I wouldn't really call it a leak, but just because I was seeing Rick's tweets yesterday, and it wasn't just Rick, I seen Rick and I've seen other people in our Discord and elsewhere getting the same things. I don't think it's glitched, but what I'm seeing online mostly is that not only just red picks, but champs rewards in general and any good packs when it comes to Liga and Team of the Season. Again, you guys might have a different experience, but seems to have better weight than Bundesliga and then Premier League, right? And then probably Serie A as well. It seems to be this is the week, and it's always a week every year of Team of the Season when cards actually feel packable. And it feels like EA have done it with the Liga and Team of the Season. I think Rick got Demone and Sangare, who are just two crazy expensive cards. And Demone, by the way, I think it's one of the best cards in the entire game. But let me know what you guys get. Let me know how many wins you end up getting, and also what cards you end up getting if you've played your champs already. And then also if you play your champs before tomorrow's stream, come and jump in and tell me, what do we get from Red Rewards? Because, again, I'll be doing mine tomorrow on stream, and if we're giving out decent stuff like this, I mean, I'll be there. I think Rick also got Luke in one of the packs. I believe he got Luke in one of the packs as well, which is a 1.2 million coin card. So, again, just giving you guys a little bit of hope for what is coming with your champs rewards if you haven't played them yet. But again, this is just a little bit of people on Twitter saying the reward team a little bit buffed. I wouldn't look too much into it. But forget packing cards. We can afford to buy most of the cards because of the trades we made yesterday. We nearly got banned on the Cafus. That's the whole of a story. We literally nearly got banned yesterday, boys. I mean, it's so sketchy to trade on this game sometimes. But as you can see, 2 Dembeles, 3 Pachos, a Lutzer, and then loads of out-of-pack cards, including a FUT birthday Zlatan before we even bought any of the Dembeles. What a great day for us. When everything sells, these 2 Semenyos I was talking about and the 2 Jamal Musialas, who I wouldn't really say go and buy right now, but I think he's just too cheap. Me and Naf were talking about this yesterday, but he's gone down since I've bought him. I think that card's just too cheap. The problem is he has so much supply of people trying to get rid of him. Loads of people like Timmy's bought him for the buy-in game and then didn't sell him. And that's why loads of people are panicked trying to sell him. I think this card bottoms out across this weekend and then people realise that he's still way too cheap for what he is, right? This Musiala card looks crazy. 5-star, 5-star. Low driven and ticky, I guess, holding him back a little bit as well. Maybe 400,000 coins to that card. But when these 2 cards sell, we should be on around just under 25 million coins, so up from our 23 million coins we started on. It's all because of this here. So start with the out pack cards, fluctuation trades. Honestly, boys, say it night and day. Get in the Discord, get on these YouTube videos, and just make sure you're keeping up to date with fluctuation trades. Any out of pack card that holds value. Look at the cards I'm using. Cards that people will actually use in their teams, even if they're like Gerrard and definitely behind the power curve. You can see people going and using a Steven Gerrard in the team, an Estevao in the team, a Cruz FUT birthday in their team. Buying these cards on lows using the FUT GG momentum, selling them on highs. Both of these Tchouaménis bought at 500 pretty much, sold at 600. Ibra, I think we bought at 4.1, I don't remember exactly. I think it was about 4.1. I think it might have been 4.1 flat. Sold at 4.5. Yashin 330. Sold at 370. All of his out-of-pack cards like Bellingham, Salah. However, I'm pretty sure the 2 Cafus, which we bought as regular trades, were coin transfer cards. And if you were there on the stream, there was a sketchy moment when we lost connection to the transfer market after buying these Cafus. I thought EA gulagged us. Just be really careful with Trophy Titans cards and Foot Birthday cards. They're definitely the 2 most sketchy. But yeah, we had a really, really good day. Like I say, up 2 million coins. I'm going to try and do it again. Fluctuation trading should be great today. Impact Team of the Season cards, though, very, very sketchy today because Saturday's normally a big day for these cards to drop. Sunday is normally a big day for these cards to drop. But it will all depend on not only the content we get, but the store packs we get for these cards as well. What happened yesterday with Pacho and Dembele, I think was really, really easy. You guys can replicate this. I actually sold my Pachos for cheaper than what he is now. I could have held. I mean, we're probably at the absolute high point for this card, and he'll probably fall the rest of the day. But what happens with these cards is, you look at yesterday, they drop, they drop, they drop. Some of them drop and then spike up. That happened with Demone. She went out of packs extinct. We called that on the stream, and I didn't buy any. But they drop, they drop, they drop, they drop. And basically, they hit that low point we always speak about at sort of 2, 3 a.m. UK, right? I only ever, on the first day on Friday, buy the super rare cards. That's why you see me trade Pacho, Lukta, and Dembele. Rare doesn't always mean the most expensive. Lukta was super rare. Pacho was super rare. Karchawi was super rare. Nuno Mendes was not super rare. I think he still did well, by the way. I think Nuno Mendes still did well, but was not super rare, right? Despite being around a similar price. Pacho was super rare anyway. We picked them up actually below this point, around that sort of 1.38, because you should always go with undercuts on these expensive cards. And then we sold them here for about 1.6s, and we could have even sold them at 1.7s. Pacho did really, really well. Usman, Dembele, super rare card, basically gets low. Oh, we're on the wrong one. Gets really, really low overnight as everyone packs them in their champs rewards. Everyone, you know what I mean? No one's buying their team, so we got really, really low. We bought ours at 7.7 and 7.8. They're perfect. And then we sold them in the morning for 8.7, 8.8. And we make around 800,000 coins profit on like 2 cards. It is really, really nice. Lukta did the exact same. That pattern was great. I only ever do it on Friday again on the really nice and rare cards. Because some of these really mid-tier cheap cards, like I guess Tolisso, just don't have that same demand. They don't really follow that same pattern, at least for the most part. Tolisso went from 43 to 50,000 coins. People couldn't sell then, and then he just drops off a cliff. Like, they just don't really have that same demand, and they're getting packed too much. Especially what we've just had with pack weight, where it feels like with the 82 player picks and champs rewards, these cards actually are a little bit more packable, which means we're seeing them fall off in price if they're too easy to pack, like a Corrington Tolisso. In terms of what you think happening today, boys, I would not touch out-of-pack cards until the absolute earliest overnights again. Look at this Kimmich just as an example. He had that same low point on a Saturday night last week. He then went back up to like 2 million coins midday Saturday last week, which is where you are probably right now watching this video. And the rest of today, we get more and more supply from champs, more store pack supply, and he dropped a little bit low at 6. You can have a look at 6, and Kimmich, again, why did Kimmich do well at 6? Because he's one of the few rare cards in Bundesliga, so he did really, really well. If you didn't get a rare card, you were in cooked, and then they fall, and they fall, and they fall. Saturday and Sunday, consistently, has been just a low trend on these Impact Team of the Season cards, unless you pick a very, very specific card, which is really, really hard to do, and then you actually have to start buying them on sort of Sunday and Monday, like Kimmich here, he went up 150,000 coins from Monday into the rest of the week. It's been the same pattern. I wouldn't go against it. If you're looking at impact cards today for your team, be very, very careful. I would try, if you're going to buy your team today and you want to use some of the new Team of the Season cards, buy around 6 p.m. If you can buy at 6 p.m., play your games and sell them at like 8, 9, 10 p.m., that is probably the absolute sweet spot, but of course, not everyone will be able to do that, so, it's up to you. Instead, I would go to the FUTGG Momentum page and do out-of-pack fluctuation trading the same way I found my cards here. It'll just do way better. On a Saturday, by the way, this is so broken, it's ridiculous, because so many people are buying cards, selling cards, buying cards, selling cards for their team. Use the out-of-pack cards. Use cards that are good for people's team. Make sure you're buying cards people would use, would use in their weekend league. Harry Kewell people would use in their weekend league. Avoid an Osimhen card, obviously. Avoid centre-backs if you want to be safe. Carlos Alberto card. I almost guarantee this will be a really nice fluctuation. He goes down to 3.58 and goes to 4.42. He looks a bit sketchy. Could be a coin transfer card, but looks like a really nice fluctuation. I'm sure he'd be fine. There's so many coins you could do here if you just do this all day today. And in terms of buying things today, if you want to buy some of the impact stuff, what we will look at today, and including tomorrow as well, is what we always look at on the Saturday and Sunday, is trying to get these impact fodder cards as cheap as possible. We're looking as a max buy at really 14,000 coins if you're going for the 90 rated. Of course, you can up that if you're going for the 91s and 92s. But we're looking for them probably either at 6 p.m. content or overnights again, or you can kind of wait till tomorrow and see what they're looking like then. But 6 p.m. content should be a fine look, even just on bids on these guys, trying to get 91s below 20,000 coins, trying to get the 90s at 14 and below 1,000 coins. The fodder cards only do better on Saturday and Sunday, while all the meta ones fall down in price and then do better on the Monday as champs rewards is kind of coming to an end. But let's see. I'm going to try and make another million or 2 million coins today. Like I say, watching the football today, let me know. Is your team playing football? We've got one of the playoff semi-finals today. Maybe you're a Liverpool or Chelsea fan like me watching the game today. And tomorrow, you guys thinking what we're doing for our champs, because we do some stupid stuff on the champs runs. Get yourself in the Twitch stream tomorrow, because we're going to be doing one player, I believe. We might change this. but one player per team of the season team. So one Prem, one Serie A, one Bundesliga, one MLS, and so on and so on and so on. And try and just build the most mega team possible with one team of the season of every team. Should be a little bit of fun. Can't use any Evo cards, sadly. Can't use my Ratty FIFA card, but should be a bit of fun to go and use one card from every team of the season, kind of mash everything together now that we've got more than 11 team of the seasons that have been in packs. But yeah, boys and girls, have a fantastic, fantastic weekend, man. Life is good. The game is not as bad as people make it out to be. Just life in general is really, really good, man. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the game. Enjoy whatever you're doing this weekend. Subscribe if you are new. We could try and hit 20,000 subs. That'd be pretty cool. Get yourself in the Discord, Twitch stream, whatever. Plug everything. Tomorrow, we should have a banger video coming. I don't want to spoil it too much, but make sure you don't miss tomorrow's if we can get it out in time. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you all in a bizzle.